What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $500 million, according to CoinGecko. Iagon surpasses a whopping 30,000 terabytes of distributed storage availability. They also plan to mine Bitcoin to diversify and strengthen their DAO treasury, support native BTC-IAG liquidity, and unlock deep utility cross-chain. The goal is clear: enable real Bitcoin liquidity and lead the charge into a multi-chain Cardano-powered future. They were also followed just yesterday by IPFS, so people are paying attention to one of the most amazing, underrated DePIN projects. Wanchain, based on Cardano's Ouroboros, highlights its transaction of the week, 205,000 USDC bridged directly from Cardano to BNB Chain. This is great because before getting native integrations for USDC, USDT, an important metric that Tether and Circle look at are bridged assets, wrapped assets. So it's lovely to see wrapped USDC and wrapped USDT transact more and more on Cardano. It's a win-win. Input-output advances Ouroboros Leios closer to integration. Its consensus team has enhanced the Haskell Leios simulator by adding support for late input block inclusion. In a nutshell, this enhancement ensures Leios remains robust under realistic network conditions. They also say that Lace version 1.24 moves Lace significantly closer to being a seamless, multi-chain, and truly user-centric experience for the entire community. User experience design is critical, and it looks like Lace is doing a fantastic job with already Bitcoin mainnet support and also XRP around the corner. NBA legend Scottie Pippen includes Cardano ADA among his top crypto picks to watch this bull run. Well, we saw him recently with Charles, and it's great to see that includes ADA, XRP, some other as well, with his top picks. So why not? And speaking of, Crypto Banter's Sheldon also saying that Cardano is one of my favorite altcoins right now. Think of Crypto Banter whatever you want, but at the end of the day, Sheldon has objective takes, very positive looks on Cardano, and he says get ready for when ADA makes a push to $1. I think that this storm too shall pass. It won't be low prices forever. Strike Finance with perpetuals on Cardano surpasses 6.3 million ADA in total value locked, earns over 530,000 ADA in all-time revenue, and is on track to earn over 10 million ADA this year. User interface upgrades are coming soon, followed by new features including limit orders, SNEK perpetuals, and Strike version 2. And this, guys, showcases that you can build on Cardano and have feasibility, viability. Just give people what they want. Create a great app, a great product, a great service, and they will come. So congratulations, Strike Finance. It's always a pleasure covering their project. And another one, which is a pleasure covering, is SNEK. Cardano's leading memecoin SNEK generated over 500 million ADA in trade volume just in the past year. So again, the brand power is strong. I think SNEK will be top 100. It's inevitable. A super underrated, powerful meme coin. Jason Appleton, aka Crypto Crow, he's a good crow. Shout out to him for sharing this post. He thinks that Alex Becker is right with the prediction that many people will rotate into top altcoins, including Wall Street, once Ethereum leads and triggers altcoin season, massively buying Cardano. And I agree with that. I think it's just about timing. USDA, Cardano's fiat-backed and compliant stablecoin with proof of reserves, successfully completes its independent monthly attestation, highlighting Anzin's commitment to transparency and verifiability. So great to see this. I wasn't aware that they do independent monthly attestations, so that is great to see their commitment to guaranteeing everything. Superb. I really like USDA and USDM. President Trump says, I've become a fan of crypto. I view it as a very important and big industry. It has become amazing, producing jobs, taking a lot of pressure off the dollar, and it's great for our country. bullish. AI and Crypto Czar David Sacks says July will be a big month, with a bill signing for the Genius Act and the Clarity Act going to the Senate. President Trump supports clarity on market structure as well as Genius on stablecoins. So this is great, guys. Pro-crypto administration, tons of pending ETFs. Senator Tim Scott says the president's mandate of moving the Genius Act immediately to his desk is in the best interest of the American people, and making sure market structure is completed by September 30th. We can do both in a very time-sensitive manner. So it looks like more and more interest rate cuts, but also altcoin season. It could be a crazy end of the summer, crazy autumn. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, aka Agent 47, you know what I'm saying, we can rely on the bald man, says we're buying more Bitcoin every week, long Bitcoin. Well, you keep buying Bitcoin because at the end of the day, we're going to see supply shock. We're going to see rotation into other assets, ADA, XRP, and many more. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, saying that Ripple is dropping our cross appeal, and the SEC is expected to drop their appeal, as they've previously said. We're closing this chapter once and for all, and focusing on what's most important, building the internet of value. Lock in. Brad Garlinghouse doesn't say stuff like that often, of locking in, and they, with Stuart Alderoti, what Ripple has been doing, I think their work and their success and whatever is pending to be dropped, getting dropped. XRP is not a security. We already know that. That's concrete. But in a nutshell, the work that they do, the success that they will have, will echo to the rest of altcoins. It will cascade to the rest of the altcoins, which I'm excited, not only as an XRP holder, but an ADA holder especially. Well, the market's doing good. Bitcoin's high. S&P closes at a new all-time high. So it's just a matter of time. Cardano right now, 0.558. I say send it lower so we can just speed run this and paper hands can get shaken out more and more. I'm convinced that institutions have been accumulating and shaking out paper hands with a fear campaign here and a campaign there. And, you know, it feels like we're in Mario Party when it comes to US politics, with a bunch of extra Bowser spaces and extra chance time spaces and everything in between. So, ADA just about to touch 0.56. BTC at a nice resilient 107.2. BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance, very high, almost 66%. XRP 2.14. Looks like a little bit of a rally from that positive sentiment. But again, lest we forget, the Russell 2000 index needs to reclaim its previous highs. This is the risk on to the S&P 500. And so BTC-D is still elevated. Russell 2000 is still low. Google searches for Bitcoin, Cardano, etc. still very low. Very low social engagement, actually. When I was looking at posts today that mentioned Cardano or ADA, just as a universal whole, the community is just, not here. And that's because of the price being down. And that's because retail, the legitimizing factor for them in the marketing is Bitcoin reaching new highs. So I think that when Bitcoin also reaches new highs, 110, 115, 120 and beyond, it will also create a sort of massive shift in the sentiment and the attention that retail is paying to this market. So guys, I would say I want to give it a big shout out to Scottie Pippen for including ADA in his top crypto picks to watch, but I will also give it to Crypto Banter. Sheldon always talks nice and objectively to Cardano, whether it was at 30 cents, 50 cents. So I like that. It's a breath of fresh air. Whatever you think of Banter, Sheldon is a strong contrast when it comes to his takes. So guys, let me know what you're most excited about. When do you think altcoin season will start? Will we see a rate cut also in September? Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.